So he is the middleweight final. In the blue gi, Jackson Nagai of Checkmat. In the white gi, Ronaldo Jr. of Atos. Now, Ronaldo Jr., no surprise to see him in the final, but I gotta say, I don't think many people were expecting to see Jackson Nagai in the final.
No, probably his name was never mentioned. Not this Nagai, you know, but he showed.
Jackson Nagai was one of the bottom-seeded competitors. Of the 25 competitors in this division,
was the last one.
He was the very last one.
Yeah, and he's fighting against the what Ronaldo seed is.
Ronaldo Jr. was the number 3 seed.
All right.
And
the pass that I like. Go. Oh.
Ronaldo Jr. electing to go on bottom here. This is interesting because we saw how good his guard passing was against Lucas Valente earlier, and just phenomenal work there in racking up 3 guard passes, over a dozen points in that match. But here is a very different match so far. We get to see his bottom game.
That's over a minute and a half, not even a minute and a half. And I could see that, oh, there you go. Ronaldo's super strong on that spider.
He does have a great spider guard, actually, and now we see the guard passing.
I think that Jackson made a kind of a crazy strategy of trying to accelerate Ronaldo, so he actually is playing in Ronaldo's world, which I think is very risky.
Very indeed.
Very risky. So he's trying to push Ronaldo in Ronaldo's rhythm.
Yes.
You don't even need to do that. He's gonna be there. But the thing is, in order to keep up for 10 minutes with Ronaldo Jr., in Ronaldo Jr.'s rhythm, I think it's suicide.
Well, let's see what happens, because Ronaldo Jr., he was patient in his match with Lucas Valente, right? He started off pretty conservatively, but as the fight went on, he was like a runaway train. He just kept getting faster and smashing everything in his way. He could not be stopped. He got stronger as the match went on.
I think that motivation from Atos team fed him throughout the fight. He grew, as you said, he grew. He got better. In 4 or 5 minutes range, he got better. He got past Lucas' guard 3 times. That was incredible.
Yeah, so strong, so powerful in the air, almost hitting that same spider guard kind of sweep, but now we'll see.
Got pen control now.
And it is interesting that in his earlier match, Jackson Nagai was down versus Gutierrez Barboza, and yet was able to come back.
Gutierrez was 4-0.
And then he was able to come back, and he was able to tap him, and he was able to get 9 points and tap him. And look at this!
Wow.
Nagai coming around over the top.
Still.
But I think Ronaldo's going to put him back down. Oh, smart move there from Ronaldo Jr. in pulling guard once again.
But I need to understand what Ronaldo's willing with that. Why is he pulling guard? I think that he thinks that he can sweep Jackson easily and start the passing as he sweeps. Might be his strategy, but I'm at this point in the match, 6:38 to go. I'm not seeing it yet.
Plenty of time to go. Plenty of time for him to show what he's got.
I want to see what he's up to, because that strategy is kind of risky.
This open guard of Ronaldo Jr., though, the way that he uses the De La Riva. Oh, there we go, the lasso, the De La Riva, the spider guard.
Man.
Second attempt for the lasso. Will he fight his way up on top?
Back.
Has a single leg X now. So a lasso, single leg X. Ronaldo Jr. has his option of sweeping to either side. With around about 6 minutes in this match. 2-0 on the board. I'd love to see some more of that guard passing, though, that we saw earlier, because honestly, it is just such a show watching Ronaldo Jr. show off his guard passing skills.
Ronaldo chose to play bottom this time.
Very different strategy.
Yeah.
taking his time here, not rushing things. Foot on the hip from Ronaldo Jr. Still got that deep lasso.
Yeah, and that pin control right there. It's all right. So both dim down the rhythm.
And you know, we mentioned earlier about the acceleration.
Yeah.
The Ronaldo, it looks like he's just hanging out, and then all of a sudden he explodes and he goes so fast. And that's what Jackson has done in the past. When I've seen Jackson fight, he does the same thing. He's very good at, he's very fast. He can turn on the gas very quickly. But, and he's also, much like his brother Samuel, he's also a natural finisher. So I think that Ronaldo, very smart he's the one who's dictating the pace of this match. He's like, no, you know, Jackson, you're good, but you're going to do what I say. Now, giving up 2 points there.
Yeah, but so far, like I saw from the beginning, on the first 2-3 minutes, Jackson was trying to impose his pace, which is where Ronaldo feels most comfortable at. So I don't think it was a great strategy, but right now they're a little lighter. So Ronaldo got 2 more points. So he's 4 ahead. Or
6 points to 2 now for Ronaldo Jr. And one advantage on the board, of course, with less than 4 minutes remaining. Andre Galvao in the corner of Ronaldo Jr. Man, he's had a busy day coaching today. Andre has been non-stop. In the corner of Jackson Nagai is his brother Samuel. Now this is what we have expected to see from Ronaldo Jr. His open guard passing.
Yeah, Sam Nagai is saying the right thing. If you leave Ronaldo loose with no grips, you're not going to end up well. That's pretty much what happened to Lucas.
Very interesting that Jackson manages to get back up to his feet. However, Ronaldo immediately pulls guard. Doesn't give Jackson the ability to score.
That's weird because they should spend, from my understanding, they should spend like 3 seconds. Ronaldo should spend 3 seconds standing in order to pull guard and not get scored on.
Well, he jumped guard rather than being put down, right? So, but it is risky because the referee might think, oh yeah, you know, he took you down.
Yeah, interpretation. Yeah, it's a battle of the grips right now.
Estoura essa pegada que ele vai querer pra costa. Estoura essa pegada. Ou segura na calça dele. Segura na calça dele. Aê, boa, faz pegada aí. Bora que tu passa.
Get that posture there. Trying to pick up Ronaldo Jr., but Ronaldo going to his open guard, and he's had so much success with his open guard, hitting so many sweeps so far. 6 points, all scored via sweeps. Once again, using that lasso, and you can see Jackson Nagai twisting his hand to the outside.
It's the first thing you need to do. Twist your... I see a lot of people making grips with the lasso. That doesn't help anything. Jackson's doing it right.
Less than 2 minutes remaining here. 1:45 on the official clock.
Yeah.
Plenty of time for Jackson to score back, though.
But I wasn't expecting that from Ronaldo. He's in control mode right now. He doesn't want anything else in this fight. He's just controlling and setting up the pace, but a slower pace rather than his usual crazy train pace. You know? Right now is Jackson trying to release the grips, get rid of that grip, but it's not. I don't think Ronaldo's giving up those grips.
Definitely a smart strategy to hang on to them. However, you don't want to get penalized for not doing anything. You still need to stay active and
But
try to attack.
He has 4 points on top of Jackson, so I think he did enough.
Jackson doesn't have an answer for this is a lasso on one arm and a lasso of the lapel on the other. Pretty much impossible position to pass. You see an element of frustration on Jackson Nagai's face here. Just knows that as the clock is running out, doesn't really matter what he does here, but he can't pass. However,
there you go.
Now that is the only opening that he will probably have now for the rest of the match. 20 seconds remaining now. Ronaldo Jr. puts him inside the closed guard, and you can see Jackson, the guy looking over to his brother, shaking his head and kind of like, well, I gave it my best shot.
And he did. He pushed it.
Clock will run down. Time is over, and Ronaldo Jr. is your champion in the middleweight division.
Really cool. Well, the good news is I have another guy to look at from now on because Jackson.
Oh yeah, you take the silver medal in the Pan Championships and you've arrived.
But man, he surprised me, honestly.
It's not often you see Ronaldo Jr. smile, right? He's
He's
a very
it's cool to see that.
a very intense competitor, but a big smile on his face there after
Really cool
taking
to
the
see
gold
that.
medal in the Pan Championships.
caray.
Taking down
Shit.
Andre Galvao.
2.
Oh my word. I don't think that Andre was expecting that.
Really
what
cool.
a crazy
Awesome.
moment there.
Awesome vibe.